Breaking news from the Middle East has sent shockwaves across the world. Iran is in mourning, global leaders are reacting, and tensions are rising to a level not seen in years. According to multiple Iranian media outlets, the country's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has been killed in what is being described as a joint military strike carried out by Israel and the United States. If confirmed at the highest levels, this development could dramatically reshape the political and military landscape of the region. Reports from Iranian state-affiliated news agencies, including Tasnim news agency and Fars news agency, claim that Ayatollah Khamenei was killed early Saturday morning while carrying out official duties at his office. According to Fars, the strike specifically targeted his location at dawn, catching the leadership at a highly sensitive moment. The same reports allege that several close family members of the supreme leader, including his daughter, son-in-law, and grandson, were also killed in the aerial bombardment. These claims have intensified public grief and outrage across Iran. The emotional impact inside the country has been immediate and overwhelming. Streets in major cities have reportedly filled with mourners. State television has aired continuous coverage showing crowds in tears, chanting slogans, and holding portraits of the late leader. The Iranian government has officially declared 7 days of public holiday, effectively shutting down offices and institutions nationwide. In addition, authorities have announced a 40-day period of national mourning, a move that reflects both the political and religious weight of the supreme leader's position within the Islamic Republic. For many Iranians, Ayatollah Khamenei was not only a political figure, but also a symbol of ideological continuity since the 1979 revolution. International reactions are beginning to pour in, further amplifying the gravity of the situation. Following earlier remarks by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, U.S. President Donald Trump publicly claimed that Iran's supreme leader had been eliminated. In a post shared around midnight Bangladesh time on the social media platform Truth Social, President Trump referenced the strike and suggested it marked a decisive blow against Iran's leadership structure. The statement has sparked intense debate globally, with analysts questioning what this means for regional stability and the possibility of escalation. Earlier on Saturday, reports indicated that coordinated strikes had been launched against what was described as Khamenei's palace complex. Iranian media claim that the structure was completely destroyed in the attack. While independent verification remains limited, satellite imagery and regional monitoring sources are being closely examined by international observers. If the reports of a fully destroyed compound are confirmed, it would represent one of the most significant direct hits against Iran's highest authority in modern history. This development raises urgent questions. How will Iran respond? Will there be immediate retaliation against Israeli or American interests in the region? Could this event trigger a wider conflict involving allied forces? Iran maintains powerful regional networks and military capabilities, including missile systems and allied groups across the Middle East. Any response could significantly alter the strategic balance. At the same time, global markets are already reacting nervously, particularly energy markets, given Iran's central role in regional geopolitics. Domestically, Iran now faces a critical transition moment. The position of supreme leader is the highest authority in the country's political and religious hierarchy. The process of succession is tightly structured but politically sensitive. The Assembly of Experts, the body responsible for appointing the supreme leader, may now be thrust into urgent deliberations. Such a transition, especially under the shadow of a foreign military strike, could deepen internal tensions or unify factions against perceived external aggression. Meanwhile, international diplomatic channels are working behind the scenes to prevent further escalation. The Middle East has witnessed cycles of confrontation before, but the reported killing of a sitting supreme leader represents a historic and unprecedented development. Governments across Europe and Asia are expected to issue formal statements, calling for restraint while closely monitoring the situation. At this stage, much remains fluid. Official confirmations beyond Iranian state-linked sources are still being scrutinized. However, the scale of the reported attack, the declaration of national mourning, and public statements from high-profile leaders suggest that this is not a routine military exchange, but a potentially transformative geopolitical event. As the world watches closely, one thing is clear: the coming days will be critical. Whether this marks the beginning of a broader conflict or a dramatic turning point in Middle Eastern power dynamics depends on the decisions made in Tehran, Washington, and Tel Aviv. Stay with us as we continue to follow this rapidly developing story and bring you the latest verified updates.